everything you need to know about early sobriety, because early sobriety is very, very, very different. It is a very unique experience and you won't repeat it. Once you've done early sobriety, all of the experiences you have in early sobriety, you won't repeat them. They're done. So the reason I'm doing this video is so many people make the big mistake of judging sobriety as a whole by their early experiences, their first few days or weeks or months, right? They think this is how it's going to be the whole time. And you couldn't be more wrong. Like you literally couldn't be more incorrect. And I really want to kind of get to that in this video. So early sobriety, it's roughly the first year. It can be a bit longer, a bit shorter for some people, depending on what's going on, but it's roughly the first year. So number one, it's not always going to feel this way. I think that's the biggest thing. Like it can be rough, right? In these first few days, in the first 30 days. It can be physically rough. It can be emotionally rough. I mean, there is a lot going on. That will pass. So you need to know that it will pass. So how you feel in those, I want to say first 90 days, it's very early sobriety, that is going to pass. Things are going to settle down and it is going to get better. Now, the reason that early sobriety is very, very unique, there's several things. First of all, alcohol is, I'm not going to sugarcoat this, catastrophic for your body and how your body functions. Let me explain what's going on, okay? So this is what's been happening. If you imagine that your body is a factory, right? And it's a factory with thousands of little workers and they all have their duties and responsibilities every day, right? There's little workers who go off and make the spleen work and clean the blood and make the heart pump and build, healthy bones, right? They've all got these little, all thousands of workers have got their little responsibilities. So when you drink alcohol in this factory, an alarm goes off. Emergency, emergency, emergency. And a lot of those factory workers have to down tools to go and deal with the emergency. And the emergency is getting rid of alcohol as quickly as possible because it's so toxic for your body. So that's why when we drink, our body wants to eliminate it as quickly as possible. It's why you pee a lot. It's why you can smell it, sweat it out. It's why you maybe sometimes vomit. That's those little workers just got to get rid of it as quickly as possible because it's so toxic for all of your organs, right? So all these little factory workers are constantly having to deal with this emergency, right? They're trying to get on with their day, right? They've got duties and responsibilities that to do their little, whatever it is their little thing is that they do. They are constantly being pulled off to deal with this emergency. Okay. So now you stop and you stop for 30 days, 60 days. First of all, your factory workers they're exhausted, right? They have had to deal with constant emergencies on top of their regular day-to-day obligations, right? So they have not been able to deal with their normal work as well as what they usually could because of the emergency they keep getting pulled into. So first of all, they're exhausted. They're like, and they're also kind of on edge because they're like, is that going to happen again? Because I've got stuff I have to attend to, but if I get into it, then I get pulled off. So that's just a metaphor, right? Your body needs time to recover. It just needs time, and time takes time. And the older you are, time takes time. It takes time for your brain to recover. Your brain is the big one, right? Because alcohol really interferes with your body's ability to make feel-good chemicals like dopamine. It's interfered with all of that stuff. It interferes with your gut chemistry, your hormones, your energy, how well you sleep, right? And those things are really, really important. It's going to take up to a year for your body to really, really recover, right? Around 90 days, you should see some real significant changes. But just know that the only thing that it needs is time. So you need to know that your body is going through a massive healing process and recovery process and getting back to this kind of normal function without this constant emergency going on inside of it. So that's number one, what you're dealing with. The second thing that makes early sobriety so unique is going through all of the things for the first time sober. So we call it the firsts. Alcohol is just connected to every possible event, social event, celebration. It's just everywhere, right? So we can minimize our kind of contact with that for a while. We don't have to go into bars, all of that kind of stuff. But you're going to, there's things you're going to have to do. It might be around your work. Maybe the end of the month, your work has drinks, right? It's going to be like the first Christmas, the first July 4th, first wedding, first vacation. That's a big one. So going through all of those things for the first time as a person who doesn't drink alcohol is going to feel weird. It's going to feel uncomfortable. It's some things you're going to have to avoid. It's just going to be strange, right? And the more you do those things, the easier it gets. One of the things for my clients is sober vacations and navigating a sober vacation for the first time, because there's such a strong association with drinking. And when they do that successfully, they come back and they feel so much more confident, right? They're really beginning to get that shift in perception that I talk about. They're like, that was different. If I can do it there, I can do it here. And I really enjoyed it and I feel really relaxed and all that kind of stuff. So all of this is why early sobriety is so unique. This doesn't I'm 25 years sober. This isn't my experience. It hasn't been my experience for a very long time, but it is the experience in this first year. So you need to know this. Now, what is also important is if you feel flat, boring, lethargic, it's not because sobriety is boring. It's generally because your brain chemistry has not repaired itself fully yet. The feel-good chemicals, human beings it's incredible how we're designed. When we do things in life that affirm our safety, connection, affirm our survival, we get feel-good chemicals, right? So your brain has really only been generating them around alcohol. So normal life, being with your kids, going for a walk, dancing, whatever it is, all kinds of stuff will not feel that great at the beginning. And the reason for that is because of your brain chemistry. You just have to wait for that to heal. That it just takes time, just as I've been saying. And in the first year is when you begin to discover that there is more to stopping drinking than just stopping drinking. That sobriety is actually 10% not drinking alcohol and 90% emotional sobriety. Anybody can stop drinking. Stopping drinking is easy. You've done it multiple times, I'm sure, days, weeks, months. It's staying stopped that is the key. And to stay stopped, we have to be emotionally sober. And the work of emotional sobriety can start as early as day 7, right? Emotional sobriety is the work that we must do in order to stay sober long term. And if you are ready to start that work, there is a link below to the Emotional Sobriety Toolkit, which contains all of the stuff I teach my coaching clients, the people who come and work with me one-on-one. All of that stuff is in the Emotional Sobriety Toolkit. And that is the stuff that is going to keep you sober long term. Now, in the next video, we're going to dive into how much is alcohol really costing you and the true cost of drinking. And this is an exercise I give to all of my clients. We have to do a cost-benefit analysis on what alcohol really costs in order to be free.